Actually, part two of that video, um, religious education. I'll just point this out. Religious education was the studies of the three major religions, which is Judaism, Islam, and my own religion, Roman Catholic. We had to learn that, and Pope John Paul II made that whole, we'll just say, sort of peace with other religions by actually praying in their temples in the 90s. This is when I was going for school. So, it's not Roman Catholic studies, it was religious education. So we had to actually learn, we do not follow, because as per my own religion is that we renounce false prophets, and Islam is a false prophet. That's what you guys don't understand. You've got issues here with conflicting religions. You're now over flooding Australia when it is a Roman Catholic country. Oh, and as for dad's side's Fleming, not Rackley. Rackley is Carol's second husband. Fleming's her first husband. The Flemings do look Italian or Arabic or whatever. That guy, those photos on social media, that's my family. My younger sister, Sky Sheridan Fleming, looks very Italian and has the dark olive skin that comes from my dad's father. Dad's father has dark olive skin, and Dad's father was actually religious. Although he didn't bring it into his family, he didn't bring it into his children. Dad's father was brought up very religious. In actual fact, my auntie gave me a copy of the references from his church. But when he raised my dad, they weren't raised religious because Nan, I know Nan's not Roman Catholic. My dad's mother's not Roman Catholic because she used to call me a tyke. You tykes, you sin on a Friday and repent on a Sunday, or something like this. Where is it? So, it was the church in Botany. And the reason why Dad's father, because we don't know Dad's father's parents. Dad's father was an orphan, sent to Australia, and Edith Kavanagh she owned the church. She owned the church in Botany. Edith Kavanagh owned all that big plot of land and a massive big house, which is what my dad's father grew up in. But that's not his mum. Edith Kavanagh was an unmarried spinster. No children, no husband, no partner, no relationships, no man at all. She dedicated her life to the church, which was next door. She owned the land that the church sat on 20 Botany Road, Botany Bay. And there used to be a massive big house there. That's all apartments. Now, that is where my dad's father grew up, but my dad's father's not born in Australia. So those ethnic looking people on social media, my cousins, my dad's father, my aunties, yeah. Why does Amanda look so different? Amanda looks like mum's side. Like this is hear this? This is now, it's like, wow, this is repetitively gone on now since April 1989. Repetitively. It's gone around circles. And what made it worse was, see, my twin sister would stand there when people would call her by the wrong name and not correct them. Where if somebody did it to me, I would correct them straight away and say, my surname's Fleming. Mum's just remarried before moving here. Mum has a separate surname to us. My twin sister did. My twin sister stood there like a statue. And I'd be like, Amanda, you going to correct him? No. Of course not. Of course not, because Carol hasn't told you to. So people then used to think that we're not, like it was just ridiculous. Like I'll be there going to teachers. I'm like, this is insane. You're calling me Justin Fleming, which is our correct name, and you're calling Amanda Rackley, which is not her name. I'll be literally there in high school, be like, this is getting insane. They're like, oh, Amanda Rackley, Justin Fleming. It's like, her name's Fleming. You guys are insane. Like, are you dumb as dog shit or what? Like, Amanda just goes, yes. It's like, you're a fucking loser, Amanda. Are you going to correct them and say that that's not your name? Like, she'd be just this. It's like, are you going to correct them and say that's not your name? You idiot. Well, she looked like a fucking idiot. Like to me, like everyone around is like, we're twins. Our surname's Fleming. She just looks different because she looks like mum's side. I look different because I look like dad's side. We're not identical, we're paternal. So you'd be there, like, they're so dumb. Anyway, it's religious education. Where is it? Without my glasses on, see if I can find it. There, religious education. Oh, right next to French. There you go. religious education, which meant the studies. So, it was studies of the three major religions as well as our own religion, like the Roman Catholic religion. So, studies on how the Roman Catholic religion formed, why it formed, so forth, what period of time it formed after the death of Christ, the history, as per that. Roman Catholics were, pedantic at actually making sure that everything is running through like actual documented facts. Why there was some books in the New and Old Testament, why things were left out, why we're not to believe the Book of Judas, and all these studies, including looking at the, where things come from, because Jesus was Jewish. And there's a lot to do with the Roman Catholic religion. There's a lot of, there's a lot of Judaism in the Roman Catholic religion. There's not any Islam, but we had to learn Islam because it's one of the three major religions, but as to look at it as a false prophet. However, the Roman Catholic religion started with Judaism. Okay, and then formed the Roman Catholic religion. So there's a lot of Jews in the Roman Catholic religion. There's a lot of Jewish words, a lot of Hebrew. Like, it's just religion. It's just an education. Like, seriously. And you'll see that. The same as Misphah in Genesis. Same as Barukata, am I pronouncing it right? Barukata Adonai. Okay. But one thing I am not, and that's a Protestant or Church of England. My family Roman Catholic, and they're very strict Roman Catholic. And my great-grandmother Mary, Roman Catholic. My grandmother Lola, Roman Catholic. The whole family right back to past, Bridget was Roman Catholic. I mean, Bridget Dufresne was Roman Catholic. Her husband, who's Irish, was Roman Catholic. So Matthew Joseph Ryan was Roman Catholic. Their daughter, Julia, was Roman Catholic. When Julia married George Sayer, the English didn't overthrow. So the Protestant or Church of England didn't come into our family because they stuck to Roman Catholic. It came from the mother, which my mother always said it does. It comes from the mother, not the father, the religion. I'm like, oh. Because I asked my mother. So when you look for their family history, you got Bridget Dufresne, Matthew Joseph Ryan, their daughter Julia Ryan married George Sayer. Well, George Sayer's religion didn't come into this, and George Sayer didn't have any family in Australia. They were all in England. So Julia's religion stuck. Then their daughter, who's my great-grandmother Mary, okay, strict Roman Catholic, the work that she did with the church, she pulled her daughters out of the school in Wellington, New South Wales, until they sacked a nun. My great-grandmother had so much pull in the Roman Catholic Church that the priests were at her door, that at her doorstep all the time. She used to make clothes and raise money for the Roman Catholic Church. She was a seamstress. There was an old... This has gone right through history when my grandmother Lola would sit there when her mother pulled her out of school and said, I'm not putting my daughters back into school until you retire that nun. They had to retire. They retired her. What happened was she used to throw a medicine ball around the room or something, and you had to catch it, like you had to spell a word and catch it or something. And there was a friend of Mari's, my grandmother Lola's sister, Mari, whose real name is Julia Mari, and she had a stutter, and the nun used to pick on her stutter. And she threw it at her and broke her nose or something. And Auntie Mari, Julia, said, you bitch. And she got caned, black and blue. She couldn't walk. She was always getting caned, Auntie Mari. My Nana Lola said they had names for women like that in my day, Justin. So my nan used to look down at her sister as a rebel. And Auntie Mari got caned, and my grandmother marched down to the school and pulled her children out of the Roman Catholic school and told the head, it was like the head nun, or I can't think what they're called, and said that she's not bringing them back until you retire that nun. And they retired her. My grandmother had a lot of pull in the Roman Catholic Church. She did a lot of work for the Roman Catholic Church. And that's a fact. So Mary did. And Mary did all the stitching, all the sewing, anything that had to be made, everyone's wedding dress, everyone's confirmation dress, everyone's baptism, like you name it. And that's the fact in my family. We are strict Roman Catholics, and it's been a beautiful religion right through my family for hundreds of years. So don't start your rubbish in my life, thanks. All right? So that's one thing. The other time, Auntie Murray wasn't wearing her gloves when she was walking home, and she got caned for that as well. But that, I think, my great grandmother was. Well, I don't think my great grandmother saw that that was right. You're supposed to wear your gloves and hats even to and from school. So it was those type of schools. Yeah, I grew up strict. I mean, and my primary school, I remember people getting caned. The cane was still in effect in Roman Catholic schooling in the 80s. You got caned. Never heard anybody to get a strap across their legs or across their hand